our money segment presented by Jefferson Financial Federal Credit Union. Linebacker Willie Gay Jr. had some interesting comments about how he doesn't want to just play 26 snaps a game anymore like he did last year in Kansas City, and he actually played more like 40 per game. But they only signed him on a 1-year, $3 million deal worth up to $5 million. Could we have a real competition on our hands between Gay and Pete Werner for the starting Will spot?
I mean, he thinks so. People who have, you said people immediately texted you saying how much, that you heard from people from other teams or that follow other teams saying how much they like him. I had people reach out to me and talk about how much they like him and his potential. He chose, what really interests me about his comments is he is just openly like, yeah, look, I get it. It's the business. They had another linebacker last year, and I was rotating in and out of the lineup. But, man, I don't want to go back to that where I'm only playing 26 snaps a game. That sucks. And I'm like, are you going to be doing more than that here? I mean, I think he said a lot of nice things about Pete Werner. He said how much him and Pete Werner and DeMario, if they're all on the field together, how dynamic they can be. But he knows he came to a place where they really only use 2 linebackers at once. And I kind of feel like he plans to beat out Pete Werner for that job. It doesn't mean he will. Doesn't mean the Saints brought him in here to do that. But I think this is a lot more like a competition for that job than, no, Pete's the starter and Gay's the backup than I originally assumed when I saw it come across the ticker.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I agree with you. I don't think they brought him in here with the idea of, like, we need to replace Pete Werner, but I think they brought Willie Gay in here with the idea of, like, okay, he could, like, and if he does, great. Like, you got a better player then for a small amount of money, and the other guy's on an expiring deal. I think they're looking at him as a possibility. Like, it's a high-end third linebacker, and your other guy just kind of, if nothing else, like, Willie Gay's going to light a fire behind Werner. I mean, like, one way or the other.
Fire in this whole locker room, it sounds like, with his
like Werner's going to,
personality.
Werner's going to feel it and work and ascend and get better and get to where, he can be, or he's going to stay the same and Willie Gay's going to make it a real battle. But, look, like, if you put some competition between Werner and he has a great season, he's getting paid. So I think this is a win-win situation, really, for the team. Either way it turns out, I think you're going to get better at that position one way or another. I watch Willie Gay quite a bit. Yeah. I like a lot of stuff he does. I mean, definitely not a perfect player. He said that himself. I mean, I think there's times where, he just kind of, his instincts lead him to success, and sometimes they lead him there's kind of like a Quan Alexander quality to his game a little bit, like where boom or bust is extreme because I think there's a lot more boom than bust, but there is some plays where, he kind of, there's like a quarterback's like, on a bootleg, I'm going to peel off my guy and go after the quarterback, and then it's like, wait a minute, your guy's open. Like, there's a handful of things like that, but like the plays in the run game are tremendous. Like, there's a lot of big hits. He covers really well. Has a lot of range. I like him overall. I like the idea of him. I think he's going to be a great addition, whether he's well or he's coming in the Sam package, and he can blitz and he can cover and he can do a little bit of everything.